Hi, and thanks for coming to watch this video from Carolina Varsity. Now we got a game between South Mecklenburg and Ardrey Kell, which is kind of important. So
It's important. South Mex got to 5 wins.
yeah,
We know 6 secures you, so
yeah,
if they want to be secured in the playoffs, they got to win this game. Ardrey Kell coming off a tough loss.
yeah,
You never want to be going into the playoffs playing bad football, so they want to get back on track,
yeah.
especially offensively. Well, really both, but you really
Yep.
want to get both sides of the football on track here. This is a rematch of the playoffs last year where we saw South Meck really beat down Ardrey Kell in this week last season.
Yep.
They turned around, played in the playoffs, and Ardrey Kell came back and beat South Meck. So
So since we're at that point,
yeah,
51-24 was the regular season win.
mm-hmm.
I was there, and I caught the. No, I wasn't at that one. I definitely caught the half of the next one. That was the playoff game.
Right.
That was 16-9. I was down at the Catholic Advance game
Mm-hmm.
and bounced back up to this game and then went back down to this game. So,
Wow.
yeah, Ardrey Kell won the playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So it's probably some rival being born here between these two schools. You look at it on the field. I tell you, South Meck, they got by Providence last week. They did it with the power of the run game and really good defensive play by Nigel Brown, number 5, who I talked to after the game. Really nice kid, senior. And I tell you, the key is going to have to be South Meck's pass rush. They got to get to Hefferly because when Catholic got to Hefferly last week, it just threw the whole Ardrey Kell offense off kilter. Right. So if Jake Lawler and those guys can get after Luke Hefferly, they've got a shot. Mm-hmm. Conversely, for Ardrey Kell, forced South Meck to be one-dimensional. I've said that a lot this season. You got to stop the run game because they want to be balanced. If you can force Wallace to throw the football constantly, that's not where South Meck wants to be.
Right.
You would think Ardrey Kell is the favorite here because they got so much firepower on offense. But I tell you, man, this is one of those games where you just don't know. I can't get a good feel either way, honestly.
The report is predicting a 30-27 Ardrey Kell win. So it's a real close, right, exactly. Once, a field goal that's almost a toss-up game. Mm-hmm. I think South Mecklenburg needs to find a way to be physical in the game because from what I've seen of Ardrey Kell, size up front and depth up front are not their friends.
Yeah, they've had some offensive line injuries that have hurt them for sure.
So I think they need to be physical. South Mecklenburg needs to be physical up front. They should be physical in the offensive game, physical in the defensive game up front. Now, obviously, you want your defenses to be physical, but I really think that's what they need to do is that whole smash mouth football kind of deal. Get pressure on the quarterback, most definitely. In the West Meck game, they had trouble with that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And again, I know we're talking about different athletes and speeds and things, but those were the kinds of things that gave South Meck trouble. Those very elements that I said they need to be in this game, they were not able to be in that game. Just why, I don't know. If it was because they didn't want to be or they can't be. But I think here that's what's going to be a key. And like Ardrey Kell wants to go into the playoffs with a win, even if South Meck's going to make the playoffs, you really want to roll in with a win as well.
That's right.
Of course, rolling in with the win last year rolled them right into a loss. Same team.
That was a bad setup.
Same
anyway.
team,
That's
exactly.
Tough. That's tough to do that.
And that cannot happen this year.
Right, the new setup.
Yeah. Not that I like the new setup, but my God.
We'll talk more about that next week.
Exactly. So there you go. It is kind of a rival game. Ardrey Kell, when Ardrey Kell was opened, kids from South Mecklenburg District and Providence went to Ardrey Kell. So there's some neighborhoods touching things. So should be a big game.
Senior night.
Senior night, exactly.
A lot of big seniors on that team too.
Cannot forget that senior
Yeah.
night. So that might bring some element to play as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, everybody, enjoy your ball game.